Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Monday, and we're at the 19th of August, 2024, just getting on to 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I missed all of you. Sorry, caught COVID. I've still got the lingering cough. It's not as terrible as it was, but I tried over the weekend to do updates, and I couldn't, and so it's getting better. I haven't lost that sense of taste and smell. I'm sure many of you have had that. It came back yesterday, Sunday afternoon, but I was missing it for about 4 days, and boy, that is a bad sensation. As you can see, the stock market, stable. We're void of news. You're not going to get much news this week until Wednesday, when we're going to get with the FOMC minutes. In fact, let's take a look and see what we have here. You've got tomorrow morning, the Red Book Group come out with weekly U.S. retail sales. They've been running 4.5 to 5% week-over-week gains and so on. The API numbers come out at 330, let's call it, in the afternoon. They say 340. It's typically a little bit different than that. On Wednesday, we're going to get at 1 o'clock the notes from the FOMC meeting, and then we'll get the EIA numbers as well. But I'm telling you, this is a very light week. What we've got going on is the Democratic National Convention. I walked over to where the protesters were today from my home. I don't know if it's a 3-minute walk. Went there. The police presence is massive, mostly young kids. A lot of them with the Palestinian scarves or whatever they're wearing there. Anti-Harris for giving money to Israel. They're speaking a lot of nonsense, but we all did when we were young. And not that what they're saying is wrong, it's just I don't think everybody really understands how the people got massacred, what's going on, the rights and wrongs. Maybe I'm wrong on that, could be. There was a march, maybe 5,000 people, and as usual, some of the protesters that come for those things come in their riot gear. They create problems. Very few arrests, but they did get it. And I got to tell you, firsthand, I watched the police for maybe an hour today. Courteous. People want to talk to them. They're friendly, not rough, but they are there in droves. I am not talking hundreds. I am talking thousands. And then down the road, you got the National Guard ready to come in if anything goes wrong. So Chicago is ready. All right, the gold market, nonstop. Before I got ill with COVID, I kept talking, maybe we're going to go to the 2,600 level on this run. I haven't changed my opinion. I just couldn't talk to you about it. Silver's starting to catch up to the gold, and the copper market has come back from the depths of you-know-what, 390 level, now to the 420 level for all purposes. And this is without any real business coming into the copper market out of China. I mean, China is really dead in the water. Manufacturing stinks. Export business where they can export is fine. Their steel business is caved in on them. Now the question is, how do they get rid of that steel? What are they going to do? They haven't bit the bullet where they're going to look inward and say, we've got to get our real estate market, our infrastructure, and so on done. They're trying all the perimeter things, but I think they're missing the boat. Dollar down fairly hard. We're probably going back to challenge maybe the even money level, the 100 level in the dollar parity, some people call that. You can see we're getting a bounce in the euro. We get to Swiss this week talking about what's going to happen in terms of their interest rates. But let's get on with charts. We haven't talked together with those for a bit. You can see how the market has stayed over this 18-week average. And as long as it does that, you should have an upside bias to the market, and you do. I kept saying before I left, I think the 2,600 is attainable. Well, not that far away. You hit the 2,550 level already. The market's got a run going of higher lows, higher highs, the definition of an uptrend. Those brown lines are a swing line. If you've taken any of my courses, I teach in my charting course how to work with those. Here's the 18-day moving average of closes in red. In green, the 100, 200-day. Notice how the market, once it swung back over it, it tries to hold it. But we came down, we fought a battle at it, slipped, couldn't get too far, got back over it, and couldn't take out the prior high. In fact, you had a pattern of that for a while, and suddenly in the past week, you've come alive and shot through those highs. So what is the market saying? Well, the market's saying a weak dollar, probably low U.S. interest rates are lower coming. And for that reason, without inflation crumbling away, gold could be something to buy. Diamonds aren't the place to be. You know, with all these new diamonds that have come about where you can manufacture them, I defy you to tell the difference if you're not a diamond expert when you see them on somebody's finger. They can make these things unbelievable, and it's hurt the price. So gold is still the item. Chinese, well, the question is, are the people buying it? The government hasn't been buying for the central bank in a while. We'll see if they come back to do that. The market is fighting at the upper Bollinger Band, which is an area you can get a correction from. So if it corrects, I'm looking for prices to find support around 24.75, and you are overbought. Without both the red and the blue line staying over 80 and going sideways for a short while, what that means is you're overbought, spending a lot of energy up here. Doesn't mean you can't go higher, but the odds of staying over that Bollinger Band are 5% of the time. Now, I'll finish up with SEP Silver maybe today, in fact, and move on to the Dees, but I might as well finish up with you what we started. And as you can see, higher lows, higher highs. The better play in silver than silver actually was the SLV. I know it because I've been looking at it from my own account and watching what that market is doing. And as you can see, we're up to a resistance area. This should be where the market stalls out, like in the gold market a little bit. And the copper's joining that, and I'll probably move to the Dees copper now. Why? We're already going to be tomorrow, August 20th. Why do I have to stay there for first delivery day? It's time to move on. Look for resistance right here at 422.25 to the gray line, which is the 419.10 area, and you can see you're right there at this point and overbought. So the metal's up and away, the dollar down, the stock market up. We'll talk about the stock market and the financial market update because what a humdinger that has been. When you look at platinum, it's run into a brick wall for the moment at the 200-day average. So it's finding support at the 18 in the red. The resistance here, if it can pop through this, it is not overbought. It might be able to run then to the combination of resistance at 989.30 to 989.40, the Bollinger Band in black, and the 100-day moving average of closes. In order to negate the uptrend, you got to get back under 940, 940, and that would neutralize the uptrend, but not turn this market, at least in my opinion, into a downtrend. And the dollar is working its way lower. It fought its battle at the beginning of August, right here, between the 200-day average in gray, the 100-day average in the 18. And you spun your wheels, and then you broke down. And since that breakdown, all you did is climb back into the Bollinger Band where you spend 95% of your time and you're working your way lower. You are in oversold territory. Now, I'm writing about this and a heck of a lot more in my updates. And you can get not only my updates, but a lot of the free offers that we have. Access to the Linn trading platform. This is what you see that I use here. You can receive our futures trading kit, and it's got all these goodies in them. You can get access to my research for a couple of weeks, free trial if you haven't tried it before. Our Modern Trader Profitable Trading Volumes 1 and 2, where we describe everything. But there's a host of data here. All you do is go to iraepstein.com, and if you look in the top left at free offers, you'll have that. There's also a cursor here that you can move your cursor up to, and you'll see an icon. I said a cursor there. It'll be an icon. Give it a click, and it'll take you right there. And sign up for our More Research Center if you like seasonals, and be certain to take advantage of our price counts. You might like what you see there because it's something to look different. When you put into your basket everything you want, just fill out the information. We'll get it, and we send it right on to you. In the meantime, I'm Ira Epstein. Happy to be back. You have yourself a great evening. I'll catch up with everybody tomorrow.